Welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm your host, Laura.
And I'm May. And today on the podcast, our main story is going to be about the Vince McMahon of Reality TV, Andy Cohen. The man, the myth, the legend. It's
So
going to be
hot right
awesome.
now.
Yes, so I thought it would be apropos because the other day we watched the Vanderpump Rules finale together, and I think I've gotten Laura hooked on
I'm in.
reality TV.
Yeah, these ladies are doing the most for us, and I think we need to honor and respect them.
They are. And we have a bunch of other banter topics, as you know, up top. Some stuff about a yoga studio I've been going to. It's more interesting than it sounds.
All right.
The TikTok ban, we're going to talk about that. And we are also going to talk about that fucking psychopath, Kouri Richins, who wrote a book about death after she murdered her husband. So enjoy, everybody.
Enjoy.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money.
Hold
from
on.
that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's Risque Business News.
Okay, welcome. So you enjoyed the finale.
I loved it. I knew, thank God, we watched some of the preceding episodes going into it because I had a lot of questions. And I knew that was going to be extremely inappropriate.
So
to bring
me
in.
and my friend Kelly are huge fans of the show. We've been watching since the, iteration of the show. We watched.
Have you been watching since it began?
Yes.
Wow.
Religiously.
That's like a decade, guys.
Yeah.
That's legitimately 10 years.
I saw the first episode of this live.
No way.
Yes.
Well, here we are.
And and so me and my friend Kelly are both in the same boat on this. And I was like, okay, Laura, you're welcome to come over. We have cheese, we have wine, but you shut the fuck
You
up.
shut the fuck up.
You shut
and I
your
got
mouth.
nervous, but then I came over early and I was like, am I allowed to talk
Yeah.
during the stuff you've already seen? It's already aired. And they
Also-
said yes. They said I may. And I learned all of these people, they just worked for Lisa Vanderpump at one point.
Yeah. That's why it's called Vanderpump Rules.
Okay,
She's
well,
ruling.
She's in charge. And that lady has a fat ass.
She does have a big
Big
British ass.
British ass. She looks great.
Yeah, she does look great. It is crazy
That was
how
my
big her ass
takeaway.
is.
I was like, I'm in. This show is awesome.
So I actually rewatched it this morning because I was like, okay, I need further review. Okay, I need to see this
What,
again.
any other salient points you took away from?
Well, okay. Obviously, it's reality TV, so we do know that some of the plot lines are scripted or at least pushed by producers. We get that. I will say though, I'm like, there are two options here. Either this whole Sandoval thing, which is one of them cheated on their girlfriend with this other cast member
of 10 years.
Of 10 years. So I'm like, are you it's either one of two options. Either this is completely fabricated and they are the best fucking actors I've ever seen. Oscar winning
by a landslide.
Or it's real.
Yeah. I do actually think they're not good enough actors for this to I think it has to be real.
Yeah, because when she screamed at him,
so
I was
upset.
like, whoa.
She was really, really well done.
When she yelled at the camera, I don't give a fuck about Raquel. I was about to, I was ready to tear up.
I was nervous.
I was
sweating. I was like, who's Raquel? Guys, who's Raquel though?
Yeah, so I thought it would be fun to do a little deep dive on Andy Cohen, but we'll get to that.
Because then afterwards they did this little interview with her.
Watch What Happens Live. We'll
Watch
talk
What
about
Happens
that.
Live with Andy Cohen. And I was like, this cat, how did he get this gig? He's like the Lord. He's like the Lord of the Rings of reality TV.
He is, yeah. He's just
runs
this
Bravo.
really fun gay guy who just kind of fell ass backwards into this really great opportunity, made the most of it, and has sort of franchised out this really successful thing. He saw something he was very shameless about it and just did the whole damn thing, and it's pretty badass. I will say, when we get into the Andy Cohen section, there's a lot of very funny moments, a lot of silly, goofy moments. I had a really hard time finding anything negative on him, which is maybe a first on this podcast.
Wow, someone we actually just like?
Yeah, I think so.
Amazing.
I actually
that literally has never happened.
I met him once because I went to the SNL after party and he was there, and it was so funny because it was Harry Styles, all these huge celebrities, and I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, pass me the fucking
sure.
Pass me my martini.
Sure.
I don't give a shit. And then like Andy Cohen walked in, and I was like, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
And Mark was like, I love how that's the person who like really
that really
makes you
hit
starstruck.
home for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
He was not interested in talking to me. He had a gaggle of gay men that were surrounding him.
Oh.
So
you gotta focus. I'm the tiger, Andy. That's fair.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but first I want to talk about a few things. So I have been going to this yoga studio. Have you ever heard of Yoga to the People?
Only in reference to you.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's where the scandal begins.
Yes. So I've been going to this yoga studio. It's called St. Mark's Yoga. It's really good. And it's a different owner than it used to be. It used to be called Yoga to the People. At least it was the same space that was used or whatever. And I was thinking, I was like, how come this changed over? And so I looked into it. It turns out there was a huge fucking scandal that happened in 2020.
Wow.
To Yoga to the People. Yeah, so it was like during the pandemic. That's why I didn't really notice. I was like, oh, they probably
were busy being like the world is ending.
Right. Because I was like, oh, this is they probably just like rebranded the yoga studio.
Right.
And then no.
What happened?
Okay, so Yoga to the People was this place in St. Mark's in the middle of the East Village. So like pretty primo real estate to have a yoga studio.
Yeah.
Okay. And
is it like insanely expensive?
No. That was the thing.
Oh.
And it's still not insanely expensive. It's only $10 a class.
Money laundering.
So
they're laundering money for the cartel.
Well, kind of. So, or just
right.
for themselves. But Yoga to the People, it was strictly donation based. It was like pay what you want, which is always like a what's the rub here? You know what I mean? Basically, they were lying to the IRS for years about their revenue, and the founders raked in millions of dollars and went unreported to the Internal Revenue Service of the United States of America.
You are not allowed to do that, and especially in New York City, they will find you.
Yeah,
unless you're a politician. In which case, literally do whatever you want.
Yeah,
genuinely, there's no longer rules. Looking at you, George Santos.
You could do anything. You can lie.
Yeah.
Just say whatever you want to say, and people are like, "Yeah, okay."
God.
So this lasted apparently from 2013 to 2020, which is really cute because I lived in the East Village from 2013, and actually that's like the whole time I've been in New York. They've been laundering money. Nice.
Aww.
But
May's here. Time to launder.
Also, I thought this was really funny. Hilaria Baldwin was one of the Hilaria. She was one of the how you say yoga instructors. And
what is word for yoga?
She ate the cucumber. But anyway, so that was really fucking funny. So she went there.
Oh, she taught there.
Yes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. How you say taxes? Tax fraud? Yeah.
She's like, no hablo inglés.
I couldn't. From Connecticut.
I don't know. She's actually from Boston.
God, I love her. Honestly, I've gone all the way around. Now I'm like into it. Now I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Just whatever you want. You can be anything you want nowadays. It's good.
Yeah.
You can be from Eastern Europe or something, whatever.
Of course.
Spain, I think.
She claims to be from Spain.
Yes.
I think she does have like family in Spain. I'm like, I probably have fucking family in Spain. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is America. We're all low-key like immigrants of some sort. Unless you're Native American. You've got probably some family.
You should start speaking in a German accent.
I literally have more like ties to it than her.
What is the German? How would you say a sentence with a German accent? 'Cause I can't even do one.
It's really hard for me, but I can speak in German a little bit.
Really? Let's hear it.
Ich spreche ein kleines bisschen auf Deutsch, aber nicht sehr gut.
And that means I hate all
Jews. No, just kidding.
We're
in German. In German.
That's the only thing her mom taught
I don't
her,
know.
to be
it's
fair.
just like, my grandma, just like tassed it down. Just kidding.
That was impressive.
My boyfriend is Jewish.
So what did you say for real?
I can speak a little bit in German, but not very well.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what
I
you
said.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was like, okay, we already covered
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. No. That's exactly what I said.
Cute.
Thank you.
So when you go there, you just say that, and then they start talking to you in English, I assume.
Honestly, you don't need to like learn I'm about to go to Italy, so hopefully I'm right on this.
No,
but,
no, you don't.
you
Unless
don't,
you're in like a really rural place.
area, and then just leave.
Yeah.
Don't be there anymore. You're a tourist. What are you doing?
Yeah.
This isn't for you.
I must have said this on the pod before, but one time me and Mark were in China and we just simply could not get around. And I don't know.
That's tough because China's like we don't give a. There's built like so many of us. What's the fucking point of learning another language? I'll speak to these fuckers for the rest of my life.
Well, I was getting wicked fucking pissed because I was in Shanghai and we were trying to get to the Shanghai Tower. And so we were like pointing on maps to Ubers and taxi drivers being like, this is where we want to go.
Yeah.
And they would just drive off. And I was like, and Mark was like, well, they don't understand what we're saying. And I was like, no, they just don't want to take us.
Map.
Yeah. I was like, that would be like being in New York and being like Freedom Tower. They would be like, oh yeah, like I know what the fuck that building is.
I can read a map.
So anyway, that was like wicked. And then sorry. So then I go into Starbucks and we go on our like translation app on our phone and we put in like Shanghai Tower, but I think it just said it with like an Asian accent. So I was like,
how you say
like,
Shanghai Tower?
I was like playing this recording and like and they were just like looking at me like, ma'am, this is very offensive.
This is still in English.
It was just saying English with like an accent.
Tower of Shanghai.
Yeah. It's like Shanghai Tower. And I was like, okay, now you're just saying it in English.
Slowly and with a little accent. It's just
right. I was like,
the app is just racist.
I don't know. It was ridiculous. And me and Mark, like, I think we got there eventually, but we genuinely were trying to find someone to take us for like the better part of an hour.
I'm sure Chinese, they were just like, I don't want to.
They were like,
I
they
just
don't know what the
deal.
fuck. Yeah. They're probably going to give me like a US dollar. This is so annoying.
Exactly.
And also famously with Yoga to the People.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about that.
Yeah, we're still paying for this. No good company goes under without, a handful of handsy people.
Especially yoga. And you know what? Of every business, yoga studios being like handsy, like the Bikram dude, I'm like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
It's such inherent, like, it's bad,
Sexy.
but it's already inherently sweaty and just bodies and like pushing on each other. And I'm like, that makes more sense than when like, I don't know, like a consulting firm has like a sexual scandal where you're like, okay, what's been going on here?
Well, also like when you're doing yoga and they go to like fix your pose, I'm like, I get what you're doing,
but don't touch my ass.
Yeah, but at the same time, like at the end of the day, your crotch is in my fucking ass.
Yeah,
I'm wearing yoga pants.
Like, that's why I'm like, I can understand how that would just push come to shove and. There you go.
But
done and done.
This new place, I do want to say, I have really enjoyed this new place. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to fuck me. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, so next one. I want to talk about the TikTok ban in Montana.
We love it.
We love it. We hate it. All at the same time.
I think it's just so funny. We don't get like whatever those couple like what even lives in Montana? A couple bears, like 3 like buffalo, like I don't even know. And they're not on TikTok anymore. You can no longer follow Montana buffalo.
No, you can't. No more Montana buffalo. So their governor Greg Gianforte, he signed a bill restricting downloads of the immensely popular social media app. So the fear, the frustration, it's all setting in, okay?
Nice.
It's not supposed to go into effect until January 2024, and I'm going to guess that this legislation gets pulled back before then because it is like very much impeding on free speech and like, freedom to do whatever the fuck you want, which we value very highly in this country, so.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's also impossible to actually enforce. You could very easily do a VPN and download it.
I think that they might have something like a VPN tracking thing that like...
Well, that's the scariest thing I've ever heard of.
I don't know. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, when I was in China, I needed to use a VPN for like... it was fine.
And if anyone's going to be more intense about it, it's...
Yeah.
Who do we think is going to enforce this harder? China or Montana? Which has a population of what, 100,000 people total? Look it up.
Let me see.
I think it's maybe it's let's go ahead and say 200,000 people.
It would kind of be
it's 1.1 million.
But
damn it. But still
that's a
nothing.
huge space for only that many people. But I will
maybe
say
it's North Dakota. Can you look up North Dakota real quick?
Yes, I can. No way, because North Dakota has cities. Oh, okay. Less than
774.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
it's really a lot of space up there.
a lot of space. It would be sort of nice to have like these little safe havens where you just simply cannot access social media. Like every time someone gets canceled, they just go to Montana and just like play with horses and touch grass.
Yeah, touch literally only grass. There's nothing else to do.
There's you could play with a horse.
Yes,
you could
go
fucking
horseback riding.
Look at the
all I do
stars.
That's all I do. Go horse riding. I'm going horse riding
When
again.
are you doing that?
I've been twice this year, and I'm going for a third time.
Oh,
when we go to Columbia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That'd be fun.
It's been like a decade, and now I'm on a horse 3 times in a row. What's going on?
Is it like riding a bike where you just get on that horse and you're like,
kinda. Like, let's go. Yeah. No, like it's also like these like almost dead trail riding horses. You know what I mean?
oh,
like
okay,
they're like,
yeah, they chill.
Listen,
Yeah.
lady.
They're like, there's no galloping going
Lay
on
off
here.
the cookies up there. And the horse is negging me the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Totally. So apparently the violations of a ban include every time a user is offered the ability to download the app. What? I don't know what that sentence
So if you
means.
already have the app, you're Gucci?
I guess. I don't know. So each violation could carry a $10,000 penalty.
Whoa.
What? That's insane.
Whoa.
So this ban is already facing a legal battle because on Wednesday, a group of 5 TikTokers, there's only 5 of them total in the state, sued Montana.
It's Montana Buffalo. It's furious.
Arguing that the law is an unconstitutional violation of free speech rights.
Yeah. That's a super fair conversation. Yeah. Okay. I'm curious how that goes.
Yeah. They do earn anywhere from $350 to $1,100. This one creator, she earns anywhere from that, per month. So she's like arguing like,
hey,
and
in Montana, that's like
yeah, exactly.
Big
She's trying to say like, hey, why the fuck are they doing this to us?
Stop it.
Yeah. She makes cottagecore content. So
she's trying to get me to have a family.
Yeah, I guess so.
These women, these fucking women.
Honestly, cottagecore does make a slower lifestyle look really good.
It's so pretty.
People are just baking bread. So
They're just
fuck yeah.
And there's like toddlers being well behaved next to them.
Oh,
helping, like being really cute. And they like, I'm getting psyopsed by these ladies. They are trying to convince me that is what having a family looks like. Because I'm over here like, I don't know. And then I see it, I'm like, well, that's kind of cute. But I know, then I go to the grocery store, Whole Foods, and I see these New York moms like throwing their kids through the line, the kids freaking out. I'm like,
yeah, it's like a whole thing.
That's not cottagecore at all.
No,
that is not cottagecore. Having kids on the subway, that is the opposite of cottagecore. Mm-hmm. So, couldn't be me.
Yeah,
but they do look cute.
Yeah, they do.
So, all right. So this lady's mad about it. Do we know when this is all going to
allegedly January 24th is when it's supposed to go through. I don't think it's actually going to go through, to be honest with you.
I feel like it's going to either have to be on a federal level, and it's going to have to be some sort of they're going to have to do it for like some cybersecurity reason or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, like all those acts that they put in place when terrorism happened, 9/11, the big terrorism thing.
Wait, when?
You remember how after they did 9/11, oh God, I'm not like smart enough to really be able to reference everything, but they put a lot of like various government rules in place where they were able to really that's why
like surveil. Okay.
And I think the NSA, like, don't quote me on this, like got created almost because of this.
Oh.
And it was in response to be fair, a pretty fucking, like, we needed to do something.
Everybody remember 9/11, okay?
Like, if you don't remember, so what happened?
No.
But afterwards, they put a bunch of laws in place that like allowed the government to kind of do some like pretty big overreaches, realistically compared to what we had that would never have been allowed until the towers came down.
Right.
So that is probably one of the laws that are going to have to like be used to actually get rid of TikTok, is my guess. And everyone was wondering what my guess was. So now you know. Now you know.
Well, so this is what Gianforte, this is what the governor of Montana had to say about it. He said the Chinese Communist Party using TikTok to spy on Americans, violate their privacy, and collect their personal, private, and sensitive information is well documented, calling the law the most decisive action of any state. Well, yeah, it kind of is. But on this one topic anyway. But
he's so proud.
He's so proud of himself.
Look at me go.
I mean,
look at this.
I personally, we've talked about this on the pod before, but I personally would just enjoy having it be banned so that I could get some time back in my day.
I know. I just don't have the bandwidth anymore to deal with it. I'm like, listen, China.
I know.
How about this? I'll just send you my information directly.
Yeah.
It's fine. Can you just make sure I don't go on this app anymore?
Here's my bank account.
Here's the deal. You
Here's
can
the
take
deal.
my data. That's not the issue. I just simply don't have the time. Your app is too addictive.
It's too addictive.
It really is. They used to have that one where if you scrolled too long, it would come up and be like, want to take a break?
It does. They still do that.
I
Me.
haven't. I haven't gotten that one in a while. I feel like they've just given up. They're like, this bitch is gonna, she's gonna ignore me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Oof, it is quite a doozy. I do like scrolling on it more than Instagram, though, and I think the reason why is because I can just be entertained by people I don't know.
I hate seeing people I know do things.
Oh, when I see people I know doing things, I'm like, shut the hell up.
Stop it. I know you. I hate you.
I don't want
I don't, or I like you, but I still don't want to see you doing anything.
No. Let me tell you something. If you post a clip, I will like the clip. I will comment on the clip. You think I'm watching that clip?
No.
Get real.
I'm going to start like leaving small quizzes for May at the end of it. If you're May, say XYZ.
No,
I'm not gonna.
I'm not going to.
I'm going to fail the quiz. Well, I'm glad I don't live in Montana, I guess, for a lot of reasons. But maybe I'll have to move there briefly just to get off TikTok. Just
I know. Just have a nice little cleanse. That could be a beautiful cleanse in a lot of ways.
I'm sure there's so many
rehab facilities.
I was going to say ranches, but same.
Yeah. I would love to go to you know what I would like to do?
What?
Like one of those weird retreats where you don't talk for a whole week and you're supposed to be alone with your thoughts and
that people are getting really into those. That's been a growing, I don't know about the not talking version, but there's a lot of different, there's my friend in Austin just went on a men's retreat where
they just screamed at photos of women.
Yeah.
Bitch,
yeah.
slut.
They all hopped on YouTube and they just incelled for a week. Perfectly normal men. I'm just kidding. No, they went and they did weird woodsy shit. I was like, you're all straight dudes. This could be
that's
the beginning of Brokeback Mountain.
Oh yeah.
But it sounded very, very wholesome, and they talked about their feelings and stuff.
That's great.
It was I was like, okay.
And then they fucked and slobbered all over each other's dicks.
Just yummy, yummy. I'd honestly be like, if that's what you need to be functioning members, it's fine. Fine.
Yes, we should be.
I'm good. I will help fund this.
100%.
This is good. Men should go on these men's retreats. Have 1 week of being gay. No matter if you're straight, gay, or whatever you are at home, it doesn't matter. You're going there. You're gonna be gay for 1 week. Men's
society,
retreat.
Yeah. So
It'd be better for us. I think we would genuinely function better.
See, the problem with I feel like if I went to
Mark starts acting up, you're like, do you need to go on another men's retreat?
If I went on a women's retreat that was like that, where we all just sat around and talked about our feelings, I would be like, oh my God, shut the hell up. I would be
so upset. I would be like, I don't know you.
I don't fucking know you.
I don't care.
But doing something going to just a cleansing retreat. I bet they have these in upstate New York that you can just go.
Oh yeah, it's called ayahuasca.
Yo, I would like to do that too.
Yeah, but you shit yourself.
Yeah, you do shit yourself.
That's a big turnoff for me.
You do be shitting.
You do be shitting. If you don't know what ayahuasca is, look it up. It's like shrooms on steroids.
Yeah.
And you shit yourself and you throw up and it's an intense physical experience, and then you your ego dies or something.
You see God.
You
basically.
see God.
But it's really dangerous people don't talk about this part of it. It's very dangerous to do if you're prone to mental disorders.
Ooh.
That's what I've heard.
I can see that. Wait, one of the comics that I know, friend of the pod, JF O'Donnell, he was talking about how he did acid and it was kind of the onset of his bipolar.
What?
I was reading he wrote this beautiful little essay on his whole experience with he's very funny.
Yeah.
But he struggles with mental health issues, and that I did not know that was kind of I'm sure he had issues beforehand. I've not grilled him on this, been listen, man, let's get into it. But yeah, he said that was one of the things that kind of kicked it off.
Yeah, that is, I mean,
it's terrifying.
That is, but I think that you would know, it would have to be I mean, I don't know, maybe whatever, but I I believe that you would have to have some sort of like familial, like
Yeah.
if someone in your
agree.
family has schizophrenia, it's probably not a great idea to do ayahuasca.
I mean, my grandmother was pretty crazy, so I think I might need to sit that one out because I'm not trying to like just like start a new party. You know what I mean? We're good.
I'm good with this party.
This one is plenty.
There was this guy. There's a story, like this famous story that this guy was like super obsessed with going to. I think either Peru or Brazil, and doing ayahuasca. I want to say Peru actually.
Yeah, Peru has a lot of them,
and
it's a popular combo with the Machu Picchu trip.
he was getting like.
I did go to Machu Picchu, did not do ayahuasca.
Oh, nice. But yeah, he was going quite a bit. To be fair, quite a bit. Long story short, he went back to the village that he did ayahuasca in and murdered the shaman. Murdered.
Why?
Because he was mentally ill.
Oh no.
Like he just, I don't know. He did ayahuasca too many times and he started to get like angry at I don't know what the fuck. It was like this crazy story.
Nuts.
I know. So
Ugh.
don't do ayahuasca if you're gonna murder people.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
Hard rules there.
Yeah.
Okay, then I won't do ayahuasca. I was gonna.
Also, friend of the pod, Matt Ruby, he does ayahuasca sometimes, that kind of thing. He's a comic in New York.
He's like so calm and
he's very like centered. I feel like his whole goal in life is to like find himself and like go deeper. And so he did one of those trips that I was talking about where you go and you just like don't fucking say anything for an entire week. And he was like, it was like fucking hard,
especially as a comic.
Yeah,
you're like, how about that?
Yeah. And he was like, it was this weird like alternate universe and you're just like stuck with. He was like, I cried multiple times and I did not see that coming. He was like, it was weird as fuck.
That's interesting.
I know.
My boss is calling me. I'm like,
I'm on Zoom, you wouldn't take vacation time.
There is no PTO. PTO is fake. PTO is psyops.
Oh my god!
I remember when I went on a trip and I'm like literally I was like in a hotel with the balcony had monkeys on it and my boss called me and I had to get on a Zoom and I was like, there's monkeys on that balcony. I'm fucking on a Zoom right now. What is going on?
Disaster.
I'm a dedicated employee.
Okay. All right. Next subject that I want to talk about is Kouri Richins. Sorry.
I'm
Kouri
glad we're
Richins.
talking about this because I've only seen like Jerry News. Like you know, like where you're like, there's like 3 sentences and like every sentence you're like, whoa, what?
Dude, it's insane. So this is this fucking crazy woman. So she has been arrested and accused of she's accused of poisoning her husband with a lethal dose of fentanyl.
Wow.
Yes.
She from Montana?
No, she is from Park City.
Oh, okay.
And anyway, so after her husband had died, she actually wrote, because she fucking poisoned him, she wrote a children's book on grief.
Wow.
Entitled Are You With Me? And it's like all these photos.
How'd the book sell?
Not well.
So was it good or like what? That is... okay, this is risque business news right there. Yeah. That is the personification. Murder your husband with fentanyl and then start a business around it.
That is pretty risque.
That is pretty risque, and it's a hustle, and it's a pretty good one.
Yep. So I read some of the reviews, 1-star reviews. Somebody goes, "This is a classic example of chutzpah."
It is?
I was like, is it? I really don't think so. The joke is a man who murders his parents and then demands clemency over the court because he's an orphan. What the fuck is going on here? She murdered her husband allegedly, and then went out and wrote a book with dealing with tragic loss. In a way, you have to admire the absolute nerve of the thing. Oh, saying like it's like a lot of chutzpah to be like, I'm just gonna do it. I guess.
Yeah. Well, isn't that like when did OJ did this?
Yeah, OJ put out a book that called "If I Did It," and the "if" is really small. That's quite a bit of chutzpah.
I think that is the same. These guys, they should meet
They
up.
should date.
They should date.
They should
Well,
date.
that would be quite the power couple right there.
Somebody named Jonathan said this book is a killer. It will take your breath away. It's so good. It's simply murder. The author clearly knows all about death on a deeply intimate level.
We should write a review.
Should we? Listen, this lady's sick.
She'll find us. Actually, I don't want to fuck with her.
No, she's gonna go to jail.
Hopefully.
When I finished, I felt like I'd been poisoned to death by fentanyl by a loved one. It's that powerful. Wow. So anyway, obviously the book has been taken off of all platforms, including Amazon. And essentially it was like a book. I could not find any excerpts from this book, but essentially it's like teaching kids like, oh, your dad died and, you know, he's always with you or something like that, which is actually very sweet if she didn't murder him.
If it wasn't, she was like, how do I market this book? Well, sweetheart, you didn't clean the dishes, so
yup.
You're not doing your half. Wow, that's nuts.
Pretty fucking crazy. This is her. She looks like a normal person. I know. They're all around us, these normal people.
Wow.
It's pretty insane. So years before this happened, she bought 4 life insurance policies on her husband's life without his knowledge. Actually, a viewer reached out to us. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants me to, but he DM'd me and he was like, are you going to cover this? And I was like, that's so funny because I was about to cover it.
Thank you, by the way, for sending stories in. We like truly appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you. More
all the time. And so he basically said, he was like, it's crazy that the crazy part of it is that you can make changes to your spouse's life insurance and you don't have to disclose that to them.
Why?
I don't know.
That
it's
seems
in
like
some
a
states.
gimme. You should have to do that.
Right.
Considering it's like if you die, that all right.
Right.
That's nuts.
So she was doing this between 2015 and 2017 originally with benefits totaling nearly $2 million. Okay.
All right.
And then her husband discovered the changes and he met with a divorce attorney, smart guy. And he had discovered that his wife carried out several other major financial moves without his knowledge. Creepy. So prosecutors say that Eric, her husband, found out that his wife had taken out a $250,000 home equity line of credit and spent it, withdrawn $100,000 from his bank accounts, and spent more than $30,000 on his credit cards, according to documents.
Okay. How the fuck do you not notice your wife is spending $250K? Like,
well, she took out a home equity line that he didn't know about. So it's
yeah,
not
but
like
then all of a sudden she's buying shit worth $250,000.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Like,
I don't
how
know.
absent was this guy that he didn't notice this?
So you're now on the
yeah, I'm always gonna. I'm like, this fucking piece of shit. We're just kidding.
That's insane.
But it's pretty wild that she was able to do that and he didn't notice.
Yeah, it really is fucking crazy. But then the other thing is that apparently she had tried to poison him before. So she had tried to poison him a few times.
He also never noticed that. He
Yeah.
really just got his head under a rock.
She laced drugs into his sandwich one time and he survived that. And his wife asked a dealer, I need stronger drugs. Specifically, she asked the dealer of the Michael Jackson stuff.
Wait. How do we know that?
Because the drug dealer is now cooperating with police. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Also, wow.
I know.
Shortly before Valentine's Day?
Yep.
That is insane. So for Valentine's Day, she gave him a lethal dose of hydrocodone.
Correct.
Pretty epic Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
She's trying to party, I guess.
Eric's family told investigators.
Women be roofing too.
Yeah, we can do anything.
We can do anything.
We can do anything.
Ladies
so
can do anything.
Eric's family told investigators that he had raised suspicions that his wife. Eric's family told investigators he had raised suspicions that his wife had previously tried to poison him, including on a vacation to Greece a few years ago. How bougie.
Here's the thing: if I think that I'm being poisoned by my husband one time,
yeah,
we're gonna have probably a divorce. I don't know. Call me old-fashioned.
So
that's like a pretty hard line for me.
Yes. So his reasoning for staying is that they had 3 young boys, and I'm like, okay,
no, but that's even worse because what if you gotta fucking die?
Yeah, and he did.
Oh no! And now those 3 young boys.
And he did.
Oh God, that's really sad.
Yup. So anyway, there's been a bunch of other civil unrest there too, where basically as soon as the guy died, they were in court. The wife was in court with his sister because the way that the will was set up was really weird too, and
oh my God,
it's just been a total fucking shit show. So we'll see what happens with that. But
I bet that becomes a Lifetime movie or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
There has to be. Otherwise, missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Especially with the writer's strike. There you go. Here's your story.
I know. And up to a month before she yeah, right.
Pre-written.
Up to a month before she was arrested, she was actually on a show called Good Things Utah. And she was like, yeah. And
reality TV?
No. It was just like a regular like morning show. Good Things Utah. It was like,
so she was like a media person out, like
no.
a Utah version.
She was a guest on the show, like a morning radio show or something
about
like that.
this book.
About the book, and she was like, "Yeah, I was looking for something to read to my kids, like explain to them about the grieving process. I couldn't find anything, so I just made it myself." And that was 1 month prior to being arrested for murdering her husband.
Damn, that would have been such a good book if it weren't for
I know
her murdering.
Yeah, if it weren't for the whole murder part of it,
weren't for her causing the grief.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah. So
anyway, if you get a copy of that book, let us know. We'll do a little read along.
Oh my God, how creepy! How fucking creepy, dude.
Yeah.
How insane is that?
I do. It is. You know what is fucked is that like I actually really want to read that book.
Me too.
What is wrong with me that is my initial thought right now is I gotta get my hands on a copy of.
I know.
What is it called?
Are you
with me? It's still got two stars.
I know, right?
Out of 5.
Let's see what the 5-star reviews say.
I wonder if they were before.
Oh, of course before. Definitely. I mean, at least they're unaware.
Someone's just like, I like that she was really committed to the, to developing the key, characters.
Very
underneath.
Inspiring children's book with great illustrations and a wonderful message.
March 29th. April 1st. Wait, can you scroll down? I want to see when this all broke. So this is May 15th. Where can I get a copy?
Oh my God. Okay.
This person goes, where can I get a copy? I want to be a YouTube influencer and leaf through the book for everyone. I can order Mein Kampf, but not this book. Why is that? Fair point?
Fair point.
What's the comment on it?
I don't know. The author killed her husband, then wrote a book about grief. Pretty twisted stuff. It's like, yes, we know, but we could also
read Mein Kampf, so it's a fair point.
He killed quite a few people.
That's true. More than one person, and definitely would have been easier if they just did fentanyl.
Yeah.
Second Germany reference for me this episode.
What's
going on?
Do fentanyl.
You can't.
Or administer it to your husband unknowingly. You certainly
rules
can't
is
do that.
rules.
Rules is
You also
rules.
can't go on TikTok in Montana. Okay, so we've got a couple ground rules for you from this episode that we've covered. No murdering husbands. No TikTok.
That's it. Okay, so are you ready to talk about Andy?
Andy! Yeah.
Okay, so Andy has had a fabulous life. He started out as a little boy in St. Louis, and he became the king of New York media. So there he is.
Look at him.
Man, myth, the legend.
He does have shark eyes. Can I say that?
I mean, he is a fucking shark.
He's a shark, but he's got eyes of a shark.
The eyes of a shark.
And the smile of a gentle giant.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely like a cutting, nasty,
it's great,
bitchy guy for sure. But like,
got shark eyes. I like it. It's a compliment. Fits his little deal.
It does. So Andy Joseph Cohen was born in St. Louis, Missouri on June 2nd. What does that make him?
Almost happy birthday, Andy.
It makes him a Gemini.
That's important, guys.
Wow.
It's really important.
Two-Face.
You can know a lot about them.
In 1968. So there he is.
He really looks different. Oh my God. We are looking at a picture of him from, I'm assuming, high school, and he looks, I would never, ever guess that's the same person.
Mm-hmm. That's him. There he is.
Gun to my head, I would be like, that is a different person.
Yep. That's him. So cute little nerdy kid in St. Louis.
Super nerdy, curly, dark hair, big lips.
Yeah, he really does. Voluptuous lips. I wonder if teachers would if you interviewed his teachers at the time, they're like, oh, we knew this kid was going places or not.
I'd be so curious.
Because I feel like a lot of teachers really do not call the shots right. They're always like, oh, this person's really going to make something of themselves. And they,
Yeah, fentanyl.
Kill
each other.
Yeah, I had the same thought, actually.
It's always just back to fentanyl.
Right. But that'd be so funny if it's just like some teacher was like, oh, he had it factor.
That guy, he had it. This guy, with the glasses. He looks like he'd be good at chemistry.
He does. He went
Looks like
to
he'd be in some AP classes.
Oh yeah. So he went to BU. He studied broadcast journalism in the school's College of Communication. We love a communications major.
We sure do.
LOL. And he
We sure
graduated
do.
the year that I was born, 1990.
Wow, big year.
Big year for the world. Okay, I came in. Andy Cohen's out
Got
of
a
college.
degree of communications.
Let's go. So during the last summer in college, he interned at CBS News. And he got the opportunity to interview actress Susan Lucci. She was an actress on All My Children. I literally had no idea what the fuck that was.
I have no idea who that's a soap opera, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
She looks like a soap opera star.
correct. And he said they're still friends to this day, which is really fucking cute.
Aww.
And also he says that it was an opportunity that changed his life forever. He knew this was the kind of thing that he wanted to do.
That's cool.
I know.
Especially early in your career like that. Like, it's nice to be able to, like, just kind of know, like, oh,
Yeah.
I have a great goal that I can now, like,
Yeah.
get after it.
I know. I like still feel that way. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like
comedy. And I'm like, oh, really? This is what I want to do? You know what I mean? I'm like, that's going to be so hard. Can't
so
I, like, feel
hard.
passionate about, like, B2B tech sales?
I would love
Come
to be passionate about B2B tech sales. I would be
what I would give.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Just like that makes me tick. I'll do it. I'll do my damnedest, but
I like money enough to do my damnedest in that arena,
Exactly.
but I'm
that's more
passionate
driven by
about
a
stand-up.
desire for money versus
Right.
passion.
Right.
But
Okay.
seriously, good for him.
No,
That's
good
great.
for him. So he joined the network after graduation as a news clerk with a show called CBS This Morning.
Okay.
Everyone's getting up fucking early.
Everyone is. If you have a communications degree, I have news for you. Set that alarm because you're getting up early.
No.
You are not going to go to sleep past 5 a.m.
So blah blah blah. So he became a producer on the show 48 Hours, which was in prime time, which is pretty
Cool.
good. And then in 2004
Wait, was that the one? No, that was 24. Remember that show?
No.
24 was like some like drama where they like a spy had to. It doesn't matter. You know what? Never
Okay.
mind. In middle school, everybody like every boy was excited about 24.
Really?
I feel like it was like one of the first like action-y kind of TV shows, and it was like each episode was like about 1 hour of the time.
Oh.
And I remember just being like, how is this show gonna look 1 hour? A whole episode?
Wow.
Anyway.
That's a lot. Yeah, half an hour is the perfect amount of time for a show.
Yeah. But it was about it, you know what? I'm probably gonna cut this whole part. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. But if you watch 24, you know what I'm saying. I can't explain it.
Okay.
Carry
great.
on.
So 2004, Cohen moved across NBC Universal to Bravo. So they were like, let's put you here. So this is 14 years. So I guess he's like 34 at this point. And he was placed as the VP of original programming. So after the move, he oversaw some of Bravo's biggest shows, including Top Chef, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, and Project Runway. So he's like in that world already, sort of like learning what this type of audience likes, whatever. Because I would say there's definitely a lot of crossover from those shows to Housewives.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, those were like the OGs.
Yeah.
Project Runway, that was huge.
Oh, yeah. It's
Also-
kind of funny. Like, I feel like original Queer Eye for the Straight Guy is like, you know, low key, sort of not.
Oh, I'm sure.
kosher now.
I'm sure if you went back and watched some of it, you'd be like,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of fun, actually.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
See the first couple episodes and be again. Matt has that great joke, which was based off of a rant that I had, where it's like in even the later episodes, it's always just one woman. Who it's like his wife of the guy who's getting the makeover, and she's like, I've been trying to get him to clean up forever, and she's like, shut the fuck up, lady, stop talking to me. And then the guys come in and say the exact same thing, and he's like 100% on board.
That's so funny. That's actually fucking hilarious.
It's so, I was getting pissed watching it. I was like, she's been saying that you don't give a she's been threatening you with divorce, and you can't put a clean shirt on.
He's like, no, I can't listen to her. She's a
Couldn't.
woman. Can't do it.
I couldn't. Yeah, she has terrible advice. And then the guys are like, you should wear a clean shirt. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, a clean shirt.
I know.
Oh.
Those tropes, they are still true today, though, I
Son
think.
of a bitch.
They really are. They really are. I give Mark advice all the time, and then he's just like, oh, yeah, whatever. And then he'll come home, and he's like, you know, Sam Morril said something really interesting. And then it'll be verbatim what I said to him. And I'm like, do you not remember this conversation that I had with you 2 days ago?
It's like
where
that
I said that exact same
wasn't listening. Meg.
You don't have a penis?
I don't care.
So
what you say. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. But all right. So anyway,
Anyway, that's my beef with Queer Eye.
Okay. Okay. In addition to keeping up with the daily blog about the network, which I actually did not know about this. That's so funny. He began to move on to on-camera opportunities. So here's him at one of the first Real Housewives. Actually, I think maybe the first Real Housewives of New York.
History in the making.
Reunion.
So Housewives of New York was the first one.
No. Real Housewives of Orange County was the first one because the whole franchise is based off of, and I actually did not know this. He might have been a part of the ideation of it, but he did not create the show. That was another guy.
Okay.
That's not involved on camera. He might be involved off camera, but so it was based on Desperate Housewives. So they were like, what if we did this but for real, like in real life?
Interesting.
And then that was such a huge
show
success.
was also huge.
Huge. So this new reality version was such a success that it started obviously branching out to all these different cities. So this is one of the early on ones for Real Housewives. There's Bethany Frankel, who you love.
I love her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if TikTok gets banned, then I won't get to see her content.
I know.
That would be a problem.
I should probably move over to Instagram, I guess.
Well, how am I going to find her? I'm not going to type her little stupid handle in. It's not happening.
No.
I need to hate watch my friends on Instagram. That's what it's for.
So after hosting a web show companion to Top Chef, Cohen first hosted a reunion in 2007 that featured the Real Housewives of OC. So he was like the person, like basically like mediating the reunion. And he goes, it was a really big deal. I was really nervous. You could see it on how my lips are. That's really funny. Okay, big lips. If you ever see the show,
you see how voluptuous my lips are. You can probably look at my big fat lips. They're just so puffy and beautiful.
If that was
Andy.
if his lips still looked like that, everyone would think that he had lip filler.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they look beautiful. Like, they're really nice.
They were big.
Like, notable on a high school teenager is weird.
They were DSLs. Let me tell you something.
They really were.
Remember DSLs?
Oh, yeah. Dick sucking lips, if you're not familiar with the terminology. And that really took off for a while. Everyone was talking about having dick sucking lips. And I'm like,
I'll tell you what, I have like the opposite. I have like
I do not have DSLs.
I have like teeth grinding lips.
Gummy. Just gummy smile.
Disaster.
All the boys love it.
But he's like, yeah, I'm pretty tense. I'm trying to be relaxed. I'm trying to be like a TV host, but he wasn't. So he was like brand new. And that's so crazy. Like that wasn't that long ago.
Oh, it's okay, Andy. You got to learn. It's all right.
Yeah. So he started Watch What Happens Live in 2009. So, oh my God, it's the best. So Watch What Happens Live is what we saw with Ariana after the show.
Yes.
So the show happens, and then he'll bring on celebrities to talk to him, about what just happened.
Yeah, to like review it, and it's live.
Yeah, and it's live in air. I've actually been to one of these. Who the fuck was on it? I don't remember. Some fucking people. Whatever. But it was really fun. And there's been a lot of scandalous moments on there. He has on everyone. He'll have on like Madonna. He'll have on like all these crazy people.
Is it typical that it'll be someone from the show they just watched as like an interview style? Or
No.
Is it, okay, so it's usually
That's very atypical.
Got it.
It's a lot of games. Like he would have us on and be like, we have the girls from Risque Business News. And everyone's like, It's like, what did you think of Sandoval? And I'd be like, well, I thought, meh. And like, and then it'll be
I'd be like, who's Raquel?
Yeah. And then it would be like, let's play a game, smash or pass. And then like, stuff like that.
Well, I feel like the episode that we watched with Ariana was very like, all right, we really gotta dig in.
It was serious business. He also was one of the first, or I think maybe the first, openly gay late night host.
That's cool.
So good for him. Which is insane, again, because it wasn't really
Also,
that
like,
long ago.
Open being the key word.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Pretty cool. He also he's published a bunch of books and shit like that as well. So he published a book called Most Talkative: Stories from the Front Lines of Pop Culture, which is really fun. He's actually had a few books, but anyway, so in 2014 he stopped doing his day job, which I guess was like VP of programming or whatever the fuck, and he just started doing Watch What Happens Live.
That's fair.
5 nights a week.
That's actually incredible that it took him that long.
I know.
From being like, I have like a normal ass job with like reports and spreadsheets, and then I have to go and host live multiple nights a week.
Correct.
That is a busy boy.
It's pretty insane.
That guy is getting up at 5.
Yeah.
Right there.
So
that communication degree is not sleeping.
So randomly, he made a cameo in Lady Gaga's music video for her song Guy, G-U-Y. I do not remember.
I don't know that one, but
anyway, there he is.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, so if you're not, I'll put this up on the YouTube as well. But if you're just listening, it's Andy Cohen's head sticking out of clouds over like some like Greek ancient buildings.
Correct.
Very Lady Gaga. Just everything with Lady Gaga is like, wait, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't
but
know.
then I like weirdly get super into it.
Yeah. You seen 5'2"?
No.
The documentary on it? It's very good.
I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I've been really into that song Judas.
Oh, yeah.
By her.
Yeah,
Matt was
yeah.
like, she's so weird, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this? It's a very good song.
She is so weird.
She is a weird lady.
I do feel like it's so funny with celebrities if you don't hear, because like, you know, she's like the #1 star for a few years, and then she kind of goes like a little bit more low key, and then so
She
like
goes to develop for a minute,
right
back into her shell.
But literally, like you're like, oh, what's Lady Gaga doing? Probably nothing. And then you watch this documentary, and you're like, oh, she's fucking working her ass off every minute of every day.
No sleep, bus, another bus, club.
And it's like so funny that we think just because they're not in the news at that exact moment, we think that they're just like eating bonbons at the beach, and they're fucking not, dude. They are fully not.
Can I just say real quick side note? Taylor Swift, that tour looks amazing.
It does. I've seen it on TikTok.
Oh my God. My friend Emma, you know how we played her TikTok, the one where she got laid off while in line for the tickets?
Oh my God, that was so funny, yeah.
Huge development there. If you didn't remember, like a few months ago or so, we did an episode where she was in line. It was like doing that like Ticketmaster disaster thing. And she got laid off while she was waiting to get Taylor Swift tickets. So tragic. She just won VIP tickets to the one next Friday in New York. She entered the one of the credit cards had like a contest, and she's been entering every single day.
Oh my God,
and she won like the tickets are worth $7,000 each.
Oh my God.
It's out of control. She was like so excited.
That's amazing.
I borderline want to have her on after to like talk about how the whole thing went, and we could maybe cover the Ticketmaster deal.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah,
really
but
fun.
she's gonna get to go after all of that, after the full layoff. Anyway, point is, Taylor Swift, that lady is out there popping her fucking pussy. She is busy.
She truly
She is so busy. She's been doing it for like every night.
I know.
Crazy.
She is popping her damn pussy. It's insane.
And it looks hard.
Yeah, that is like quite the performance.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yep.
So another thing that he's done, this made him pretty famous. In 2017, him and Anderson Cooper hosted the New Year's Eve Live.
Is this where they got just wasted?
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. So I think this is it. Let's see. So I wanted to play this video where he goes off about Bill Blasio. Bill de Blasio. He's
blacked
so
out.
funny.
Happy New Year. Cheers. Happy New Year, everybody. 2022. Don't you feel cleansed? Cheers.
I hope this is a great
mini shot.
advance.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, please, tell us something, Andy.
Watching Mayor de Blasio
Don't go on a rant.
do his
Don't go on a rant.
victory lap dance after 4 years of the crappiest job as the mayor of New York. The only thing that Democrats and Republicans can
He should
agree
run for mayor. Fuck
is
that.
what
I
he
would
really
vote
should.
for sure. That is. Anderson Cooper is
So,
trying to
sidebar
contain him.
I know.
So bad. He's drunk too. Anderson Cooper's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I love their
And
little
Andy's like,
friendship.
And another thing.
So
way better than the. I really enjoyed that a lot more than Don Lemon's
Me
drunken
too.
bullshit. Don
We
Lemon
also-
was always like, I was like, he's gonna say something like genuinely problematic versus just like Bill de Blasio can suck my dick.
right. And by the way, everyone hated.
Yeah, it was like everyone was like, I mean, and also you're Andy Cohen, like no one's expecting like
Right.
you do the it's fine.
Yeah, it's just
what
like
we want from you.
ridiculous. So, because of the success of that, they launched a tour together called An Intimate Evening with Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper, AC Squared.
Oh, that must have been a party.
Yes,
I don't know
I
much
wish
about Anderson Cooper, but I do have generally positive feelings towards him.
So his mother was a Vanderbilt, actually.
Oh,
I believe, or one of those like you know, American fucking dynasties.
okay. I just think he's handsome. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, he's a good dude, right? He's a good dude. He's pretty handsome.
Yeah, his mom was Gloria Vanderbilt. So he comes from like money,
Yeah.
and like connections.
So he's doing this for
connections.
fun.
Yes, I think so.
Good for
But
him.
you know, good for him. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it was just like really fun. So basically, the show captured an intimate look at their friendship, which is super sweet. And they knew each other since their early 20s.
That's adorable.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, everyone's like, "You guys have fucked," and apparently
that's-
the answer is no.
No.
That's what they say.
Oh, then they should live
That's what they say.
next New Year's.
Yeah,
They should have sex live.
I would tune in.
I would tune in.
I would
I
definitely
would
tune in.
AC too.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
watching that.
So, Andy Cohen is a father of 2 now. So he's had both babies, obviously by surrogate. He's a gay man,
He's a
famously.
gay man.
And so he has a little baby girl and a little baby boy. So that's cute. Here's this baby boy on the cover of People, which is kind of insane.
That is wild.
That you just put this face out on the cover of People, but you know, he says he's excited to show them to the world.
He is a reality TV guy, so I guess if anyone's going to just kind of lean in, fair enough.
I guess.
But I would definitely not do that. Would you put your kids on?
No.
I think it's.
I wouldn't. I
think people get a little aggressive with like. I think there's a fine line.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there's like a picture or two out there, I'm not gonna freak out.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like be like, this is the baby, like, you know,
Right.
Send it to personal, you know, send it via text.
I think maybe part of it, and I didn't read the article that happened in People, but I would say that maybe part of it is that, you know, he's like probably one of the first celebrity gay guys to have to have kids.
Yeah,
and
I can understand this more.
And he also doesn't have a partner, so he's kind of like, I'm
he
doing
doesn't
this.
have a partner.
No partner. So he's a single guy doing it on his own, and so I think he's
Oh,
like,
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I
He
mean,
actually-
doing it on his own. He's got like 25 nannies.
I know.
He's got an entire team of help, but
He actually
yes.
he told some story about which I was like, oh, that is like so relatable, but he in the sense that like you're failing at the one thing that you should be paying attention to. So like he brought his son to a play date during the pandemic, so like there wasn't help or whatever. Or it was like a birthday party or something like that. And all the other kids started raining, and it was like in the park or something like that. It started raining, and all the other kids' moms were like, "Oh, we got to change of clothes. Like we looked at the weather because we're fucking
we got a little
moms
coat.
and we know what
We
the
got
hell's
an
going
adorable
on."
little raincoat.
Yeah, and
Cottagecore. They'd have some good shit.
and his baby was the only baby, and he was like, now he's just like soaking wet, and I have to like take him home because I wasn't responsible enough to have this oversight. And he was like, I cried in the car ride home because I was like, he was like, can I do this just my single self? And it's like, well, no, not really. You need your nannies because you're really fucking busy.
You run a live program 5 nights a week, so no, you definitely need help, and you can afford help. So you're good, dude.
That is one of those things that is sort of like men and women are different.
Yes,
but like,
well,
truly,
even honestly, a woman with that schedule is not gonna be able to pull it off.
That's true, but I would know to bring a change of clothes for my infant baby.
I'd probably know that too.
I definitely know that.
I say I probably would because I might not.
I remember actually, like, this was like a few years, and it was like Father's Day, and so I saw all these fathers with their kids and like no one else, and there was this baby. I was like over by the Christopher Street Pier, and there was just like this guy and his baby, and it was just like a baby. He just like had a baby, and I was like, where the fuck is his stroller? Did this guy
He
just
like
like
walked out holding baby, and it's just like
I was
me and baby hanging out now.
I was like, that baby needs like diapers. It needs
Where's
a
your
snack.
gear?
It needs
Yeah.
gear.
It
And
needs-
this baby was just like out and about.
It needs its swag.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, like he literally was holding it like this. I was like, did you fucking get in the cab with that thing? Like you can't do that.
He just walked out the door. The mom's like, all right.
Okay, I guess they're going on a play date together.
Yeah, you don't stop him. He gets a wild hair up his ass and he walks out with the baby and just goes on a walk.
My sister said her husband's done that a few times. Like when they had the first baby and he wasn't like so accustomed to it, she like met up with them somewhere and it, pooped itself because it's a fucking baby. And she was like, where's the diapers? And he's like, oh, I forgot to pack them. She's like, you forgot to pack the diapers.
What do you think was
It's a baby.
Well, let's go home now.
This is literally a baby. Like, what are we doing here? Anyway, but I think that's pretty cool that he's trying to be an example for that, I guess. But anyway.
That is cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool. He's very happy. He's thrilled. He says it's truly a dream. He also had an epic baby shower for himself where all the housewives flew in and it was like all this wicked funny footage of them dancing on tables and stuff. It was great.
That's fun.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool as well. He's done a bunch of, obviously, as you would imagine, a lot of things for the LGBTQIA plus community. He's also gotten an award at GLAAD Media Awards. So,
I mean, if anyone should.
I know. He's doing his damn thing.
He is popping his pussy.
He said, to be gay is something I'm so thankful for, but it's a fight that's not over, and it's a fight that I'm committed to even more so now that I'm a father, which is really sweet.
That is sweet.
He says, when Benjamin, that's his son, was born 3 months ago, I looked into his eyes and saw that there was no hate, no bias, no bigotry, just love. That's how we come into this world, and that's how hopefully one day we will all live in it. That's a nice little thing.
That is so cute. He's like, and now I'm going to start teaching him all of those things.
Yeah. This kid's a fucking idiot. He has no bigotry.
He doesn't have any hate in his heart yet. And we're going to talk to him. He's like, Ariana, get up. Explain to him betrayal.
He's like, this kid has never met a woman.
Listen. His mother, what a bitch.
So he's had a number of relationships. Not really too many, actually. His last relationship ended in 2020, and it was to a Broadway actor.
Oh, cool.
A guy named John Hill, and they've reportedly remained friends. So that's been nice. And
nice.
they've actually been able to joke about their relationship. So apparently Hill playfully roasted Cohen during a cabaret show in March of 2020. So that was like right after they broke up, saying that he would never find another partner as good as him. So that's funny.
He is extremely handsome.
He is handsome.
That man is like very like canonically like square jawed, big muscles.
Correct.
Broadway gay dude. Like that he probably runs the gay scene here in New York.
Oh yeah. And then he also dated this Harvard PhD student, some guy named Clifton Dasankow from 2016 to 2018. He was really young though. He was 20 years younger than him. So anyway,
that's a lot. That's a lot younger.
Apparently Entertainment Tonight pressed him about it and he was just like, yes, I'm single again. And they were like, why? And he was like, I didn't sign up for a reality show, which is kind of a great answer.
That is a good answer, but you signed up to be adjacent to one, so they're going to continue to ask you. Bad news, dude.
They are. They really are. So I already talked about this, but him and Anderson have never dated.
That's a shame. Is Anderson married now? Do we know? Or is he like busy? Is he?
Let's see.
Is there still hope?
I know,
for
right?
This sex tape.
Say Anderson Cooper partner.
Damn it, they have a kid.
Yes, they have a kid. Sebastian Luke. Wow, that is quite the name.
It is. I like that name.
Cool. So let's see. So I was actually reading. So there has been some stuff like Chelsea Handler actually said where. So she was a guest on the show a little while ago. Like, I don't know when this was. Maybe I'll play this. Is it? No. Oh, this is different things to watch. But sorry. But Chelsea Handler was on the show a little while ago, and he was like, oh, you've had many Real Housewives on your talk show. And she was like, no, I haven't. I would never have them on my talk show. And then she went out and said this thing basically being like, I think it's fucked up to like make having big boobs and plastic surgery like your whole thing or something like that. And I was saying, and Andy Cohen was just like, okay, like what the fuck? And his response to that was, I'm giving like a lot of women over the age of 50 opportunities to be entrepreneurs, to do all these things. And that's also like kind of veiled misogyny on her part as well, because I'm like,
why is there one specific way that
Yes.
you need women to be
that
what they need to be?
And also I'm like, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about Phaedra Parks, who's a fucking attorney? Are you talking about like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm like,
there's a lot of them.
there's
They all
a lot
have
of them.
varying degrees of
Right.
Some of them are ridiculous.
Carol Radzawell,
but here's
who's
the
a
thing.
like esteemed author. Are you
Also-
talking about Jenna Lyons, who's a creative director of J. Crew? I'm like, you're like, who the fuck are you, bitch? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
That is a very, you're right. I think that's like an V1 version of feminism where it was like everybody has to be a CEO. And if you're not, kill yourself. You
Right.
know? Or you're a bad woman. But then it's like, I think now we've gotten a little bit better where it's like, you could be whatever you want to be. Just like you
Right.
should be able to be whatever you want to be. That's
Yeah.
the big thing is like there shouldn't be limits on what you're allowed to do.
Right. Because I mean, I
Which
do
there
think
certainly was.
so. I think like Chelsea Handler's, what she probably was meaning to say is like, you made a lot of money off of like ridiculous women doing ridiculous things. Correct. However, I do think that they all signed up for this. They get compensated as such.
Yeah,
and like
they're
they-
adults. They're
it's-
adults. They're allowed to make whatever decisions they want.
It's a two-way street. Like Bethany Frankel saw this opportunity and said, yeah, I'll go on there and get a bunch of notoriety, and then I'm going to launch my business and I'm going to sell it for $150 million fucking dollars, which she did.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's sort of like, I thought that was,
You don't have to be a fan of the show. I mean, that's super fair. If she was just like, "Oh, I don't like reality TV," work.
Yeah.
You know, work. It's your show, lady. You don't have to take them on if you don't want to.
yeah, you know what
But-
it, yeah, exactly that. And like, I just felt like it was like a very narrow way to look at it. And I had this feeling to myself, I was like, oh, she probably never watched the show because she doesn't realize how accomplished a lot of these women are. You
Most
know, like,
likely. And
because
that's fine,
the
but
Real
then, like-
Housewives sounds like bimbos.
It also does sound like their entire. I will say I don't love the name. I understand
Yeah.
why they have the name, but that Housewives assumes that they are housewives,
And
Like,
they're not.
They're not.
Most of
They're-
them are not.
Many of them are very, very busy running around. And again, if you don't enjoy Real Housewives, that's totally fine. But you don't have to shit on women doing things like that.
Yeah,
As a
exactly.
whole.
Or like, don't go on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen if you have
And
so
then,
much
yeah.
disdain for his like line of work. You know what I mean? Where
Right.
It's like, it was very weird. And she had Real Housewives on. She had Brandy Glanville on last night, the night prior. So he's like,
So
why
what
are
we're trying
you
to say is she has a doppelganger.
Yeah.
Who was on Watch What Happens Live.
It was so weird, and it came across like to me as like very almost like jealous. I don't know. It was very hateful out of nowhere, and you're just like, whoa.
Yeah, did they
okay.
fuck her husband or something?
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I would never.
Yeah. Okay. So also,
I am glad, just to finish that off, I'm glad that we're a little further down the path of like women's empowerment or whatever, where now I think it's really gotten a little bit more healthy.
I think
where
so.
you can do, like, people can celebrate like just being into these weird things, like, I don't know, the reality TV stars, and that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're not preventing someone from going and doing what they want to do. That's a big thing. We should be able to be fuck-ups too. Women be fuck-ups too. Or reality TV stars, or strippers, or CEOs, or stay-at-home, or cottagecore moms.
Right.
They be women too, and that's fine.
It's completely
don't
fine.
force someone to be what they don't want to be. That's the big thing.
So he was actually directly asked this question. So this is separate from Chelsea Handler. This is someone else who asked the question, how do you feel about exploiting women? They said, your name is now tied forever to the rise of reality TV, and people, whether they love it or hate it, have mixed feelings about what it's done to us as a society. That's true. That's fair. Especially when you talk about the way women are presented. Do you think about that? And his response, I thought, was a pretty classy one. He said, I do. I think about it all the time. I talked to Gloria Steinem about it on Watch What Happens Live once, and she called it a minstrel show for women. She hates it. I said to her, I bet you haven't watched it. Because on the converse, Roxane Gay and Camille Paglia and many other feminists, I'm a feminist as well, and I think it's a great feminist show. There's more women over 50 building brands doing exactly what they want to do. So the Real Housewives of New York, I think, is a great feminist tableau. And I know you think I'm crazy, but if you look at Luann and Sonia and Ramona and how they're not dependent on men, they're 3 single women, they're in charge of their sexuality, they're vibrant, they're beautiful. Yes, they misbehave, they're wild, but they're living their best life truly in their own moment. I think there's beauty in that.
Aw.
So I thought that was kind of sweet.
That was definitely that guy's been thinking about.
Yeah, 'cause
he had that one in his pocket. He was like, I have been ready for this question.
Well, I mean, obviously anybody who's like best friends with Anderson Cooper, like, you know, he's probably extremely for feminism and all this stuff,
And
you know,
also,
like, and so he's probably like, oh my God, I'm getting like, this is being said about me. Like, I have to really do some internal research. And he was probably like, no, you know what? These women they have autonomy over their own lives. They can say yes or no. Nobody's holding a gun to their head and doing this.
And it's not like the only show about women out there.
Right. It's fine.
Maybe it was for a while. No, it wasn't. Also, he had to deal with the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, which was I remember like that was like genuinely one of the only shows that like featured gay men back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think that you could make a lot of similar arguments about that show.
Right.
And that one's definitely become very empowering.
Absolutely. So then they asked him, would you ever go on a reality show? He said no.
Yes, of course not.
He said, fuck no. He was like, and he kind of alludes to, he's like, I put out these books about my life and whatever, but I'm in control of the edit. I like to be in control, because if you're on a reality show, you're not in control unless you're Kris Jenner, he says.
And there's only one Kris Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so true. I have some friends who've done reality shows, and it's been a disaster.
Yeah.
Always. It's always a disaster.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it, guys.
Don't do it.
Just do a podcast.
So, yeah, I mean, I really couldn't find any dirt on him necessarily. There have been some funny compilations.
That's interesting, though.
I know.
I've always known about him, but I never like actually knew his background.
I know
how this all happened.
No, he seems like a nice, genuine person. He seems he's like too smart to get involved in some dust ups like that.
Or he's smart enough to keep his scandals private.
That too.
And like away from his job.
Yeah.
Which, come on, folks, do your dirty stuff away from your job.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely does have like favorites, I would say, within the franchises, but that's just like human nature. Maybe.
I'm sure he has some bullshit that he's gotten into. Everyone does to some extent. And that's okay. You know?
Yeah.
People do that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So be nice. Be like Andy.
We love it.
Mm-hmm. That's about it.
Well, amazing. This was a delight. Thanks for taking us through that.
Oh yeah.
And guys, this will be coming out right before the reunion episode.
Yes.
So tune in.
Tune in, because that is going to be.
I think they're gonna fight.
They are gonna fight.
I'm super excited.
I don't know if they're gonna fight in the first one, because there's 3 parts.
Oh boy. Well, that's good, because I will be going to Rogue Island this week, so I'm gonna miss this one.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
What day do you go to that?
On Wednesday.
Okay. Did I tell you I could watch Password?
Yes, you did.
I can't. I'm going away.
Damn it. Guys, this is a reality show right now. I'm being betrayed live. She was supposed to watch my cat, and now I gotta find an alternate.
I could ask my neighbor.
Okay, we can figure that out.
Okay.
We can
All right.
figure that out.
Offline.
Not on the pod. Guys, thank you for listening. As always, 5 stars, like and subscribe. Tell 3 friends.
3 of them. You got them.
You've
You
got
got
3
3.
friends.
I believe in you.
I believe in you. And we will see you next week. Also, continue to write in your stories. We've appreciated that.
That would be amazing.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.